Hello, this is Soundout here, back from our DC Universe Classics review. Yeah, I haven't done one of these in a while. Well, that's because there's been other stuff, like Gokaiger, which you guys have been requesting. So, now I am here with DC Universe Classics Wave 20 Figure 1 Hawk. Wave 20 is the last wave of DC Universe Classics. The line will continue as the Club Infinite Earth subscription on Matty Collector, and we'll be starting a new subline called DC Universe All-Stars shortly as in May. But the last wave, the last Collecting Connect, they're kind of cutting Collecting Connect out of All-Stars. But this is the last Collecting Connect figure of Necron that's going to get released. So, I thought I got this in the mail today from Big Bad Toy Store, the whole set. So I thought I should review them because it is the last wave. The packaging is the same as all the 2011 releases. It would have been kind of cool if they'd done like the same packaging but like black and say like Final Wave. That would have been kind of really dark and demeaning, but they just kind of went for the standard packaging that's been throughout 2011. You got Hawk here with a logo. Most of the logos they did do for them were made up, but whatever. He's got include your Collecting Connect figure piece, the upper torso. There's a whole problem with all these Collecting Connect pieces. I'll get into that. But you can see here, you've got his bio, which, if I can get the bio here. Anyways, there's a picture of Hawk. He's being all angry. So the bio says, the yin and yang of the superhero world. Hank and Don Hall were complete opposites, working together as powerful vigilante champions for justice. Opinionated and reactionary, Hank always butted heads with his reasonable yet indecisive brother. The Lords of Chaos bestowed upon Hank powers that came about when he uttered the word Hawk, and his brother when he was endowed with the same powers from the Lords of Order. Working together, Hawk and Dove balanced each other out and battled evil. First appearance, showcase number 75. Not sure of the date, apparently. Dell? Yeah, the date would have been nice. Real name, Hank Hall. Occupation, adventurer. Base operations, Washington, D.C. Special abilities, super strength, speed, agility, and healing powers. So you got the line up the wave here. I've got Hawk, who we're reviewing now. Dove, who's next. After that, Red Arrow. Next to that will be Green Arrow, Sinestro, White Lantern Flash, and Reverse Flash. And you get to build the Collecting Connect piece, Collecting Connect figure Black Lantern Necron, which I draw a gigantic issue with. But we'll get into that later when we talk about Necron himself. So anyways, let's open this guy up and see how he is. Alright, so here we have Hawk, aka Hank Hall. He is the first and only Hawk to ever exist, as far as I know. Yeah, he's the only Hawk. Of course, Dove has been replaced. But anyways, before we get on to the figure itself, we're going to take a look at the Collecting Connect piece that Hawk comes with, and that is Necron's upper torso, which is basically just his chest and his neck. Now, I draw issues with the way they did the Necron figure, but we'll get into all that later. But you can see it looks all nice. Definitely, it will be a pretty impressive figure when completed. But you can see there, you got the jacket comes off. He's got metal chains, which is cool. But anyways, it's really nice. So let's just put that off to the side, and we'll build Necron when we reviewed all the figures in the wave. So getting back to Hawk himself. You can see here, they did a really good job with his face sculpt, I gotta say. They did the mask just right. He's angry, which that's, Hawk is supposed to be the angry one. It looks really nice overall, I gotta say. Hawk and Dove are two of those characters I always like the costumes of. I've been meaning to read the New 52 series they have, but just been slightly put off by Rob Liefeld artwork, but I'll probably get past it someday, considering Red Lanterns doesn't seem to be getting any better. But you can see he's like kind of angry, but that's how he should be. He's got white eyes, but you can see that the chest design is basic. Basically, everything else is a standard DC Universe body, but with all the added paint, it just looks really, really nice. in the end. Like, down to his boots. I wish, I mean, I don't think it would have looked as good if it was molded in. But, yeah, so basically, he's got two parts that are, or he's only got one new part to him from a standard body. I say only one new part because he's got his, like, wings on the back here. These big things. Now, if you say, those might be slightly familiar, like you've seen them somewhere. Well, if you've been collecting this line as long as I have, or if you've been doing your research, you'll notice that Azrael here, from DC Superheroes, has the same piece. They just took out the cape part, this extra cape part, and put in a peg for it to stick into his back. But that is the same piece. That is actually kind of neat that they are reusing parts from all the way back at DC Superheroes. So yeah, his only new part really is his head sculpt. Articulation-wise, he's got the standard DC Universe articulation. He's got a ball joint neck. It just doesn't move very much up and down because of the way the head sculpt is designed. He's got outward shoulder movement. There's some paint flare here. He's got 360 shoulder movement restricted by his little wings. Bicep swivel, elbow, it moves out. His wrist rotates. He's got an ab crunch joint that goes forward and back. He's got a waist joint, goes left and right. He's got legs go out, legs go forward, and legs go back. And his leg rotates at the thigh, bends at the knee, and then bends at the foot. So you can get him into a wide variety of poses of him kind of being angry and wanting to punch something. Which, I mean, it's appropriate for Hawk. Since, yeah, it's appropriate for Hawk. That's all I gotta say. But, yeah, it's really nice having a figure of Hawk finally in DC Universe Classics form. Just when I was tempted to buy the DC Direct versions of him and Dove, they decided to show these, and I was like, yay, now I can get the DC Universe Classics versions and be all good. Yeah, DC Universe Classics is not always better, but for the most part, I like it more than DC Direct. And there went Hank. So anyways, so really, really cool figure. I could definitely recommend it. If you are going to get him, though, I would recommend getting Dove as well. We'll take a look at Dove next. But if you did want to get him alone, I think he could work alone because, well, I think he was alone for like a short time before the new Dove showed up. But you can have it. He's really, really cool. Despite not having many new parts, he is one of the better figures of this wave. That's certain. But that is Hawk. So be sure to stay tuned for more of DC Universe Wave 20 continuing tomorrow. Be sure to check out RiotsRangersandRambles.com for Tokyo news and more in the craziest way possible. Until next time, saying goodbye.